Ladies, gentlemen, and honoured guests, welcome to the 2019 Newham College Shining Stars Awards. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. All through my city.
Please welcome your hosts for this evening, Andrew Mitchell and Tessa Sanderson, CBE.
I got that sunshine in my pocket, that good song in my feet, feel that hot blood in my body, and it drops. Ooh, can't take my eyes off it, moving so phenomenally.
Hello! Whoa! What a spectacle! Well, good evening everybody. Welcome to Shining Stars 2019. And before I say anything, can I just say, doesn't she look wonderful? Ah!
He's been after this, to wear this all afternoon. But I said, no, Andrew, get your own.
Yeah, it's quite right. Mind you, I've seen how far she can throw javelin, so I'm never going to be rude about her, am I? But no, she looks absolutely amazing. And we're thrilled to be here today. We hope you're all nice and warm. You'll be very warm in an hour or two, trust me, but you won't be as warm as me. So I've got no sympathy. Anyway, we've got an amazing evening lined up. We've got loads of fantastic awards. We've got some brilliant speakers, which we're going to tell you all about a bit later. But first of all, I'd like to introduce you to our wonderful fashion, tailoring, hair and beauty students, and they're putting on a catwalk performance named Inspire.
Please welcome to the stage Newham College's hair, beauty, fashion and tailoring students with a performance entitled Inspire. Please welcome back to the stage, Andrew Mitchell and Tessa Sanderson.
I got this feeling. inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. All through my city, all through my home. We're flying up those ceilings.
Oh, very good evening and welcome to the new College Shining Stars Awards 2019. And weren't they just absolutely fabulous? I think they deserve another round of applause. You know, these kids are so talented, you know, to have done all of that. Wonderful clothes, lovely hairstyle.
Thank you.
So, it was a sweet, wasn't it?
It was.
Okay.
It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. A fantastic start to the evening, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And they must have been under some pressure, because I do believe we have a certain well-known dame in the audience who's another known for fashion. So, doing it under a critical eye, well done indeed, all of them. Okay, so tonight, well, what is it? It's the absolute highlight of our year. It's when we celebrate the achievements of the college's most outstanding students. And when you bear in mind, there are over 12,000 people studying here, the students who are here tonight are unbelievably impressive. So well done, fantastic work everyone. What a brilliant year you must have had, all of you.
And we're so glad we could all make it this evening. Each and every one of you has been singled out as an exceptional student. And whether you're a winner tonight or not, it really doesn't matter. You can be very proud of what you have achieved. And to know that out of all the students who studied at Newham College this year, you have been singled out and also selected as one of the best of the best.
Absolutely. And some of you are going to be leaving us this year. You'll be moving on either with your education or starting your working career. And we're delighted to be able to recognise your achievements and give you the send-off you deserve. But make sure you stay in touch with us. We want to stay in touch with our students throughout their lives, keep working with you, want to come back and talk to our students, mentor them, give masterclasses, because it's people like you who can help those students in the future. So, some will be staying, and you'll be progressing onto further or higher education within the college, and we look forward to seeing you flourish in your studies.
Tonight we have already enjoyed a wonderful performance from some of our amazing students. We all will also have 3 fantastic inspirational speakers to help us along, including a British icon and 2 quizzing Goliaths.
Yes. So, firstly, we have our new college governor and Newham local hero, Mr. Bobby Seagull. Bobby is a Cambridge graduate in mathematics, and he first shot the public attention on University Challenge, and he's since had his own TV series, Monkman and Seagulls, Genius Guide to Britain. I can tell you a bit of showbiz gossip, that the reason you're in here slightly late is that Bobby was filming today, and he had to get a long, long way, so he's journeyed halfway across the country to be here this evening, so thank you, Bobby.
We're also delighted to welcome Sean Wallace. Sean, stand up and take a bow. The Dark Destroyer. Sean will be telling us about his amazing life as a barrister, lecturer and a TV quiz expert. But I know that I watch Chase nearly every night if I can help it, but I'm not as clever as you are. No.
Oh. Yes, I'm not sure about that, but it's very kind of you, Sean. Not at all. She's very, very clever and brilliant, and looks fantastic tonight. Okay, and finally, we're thrilled, as ever, to be welcoming back a really, really great supporter of Newham College, who is also an international fashion icon with a career spanning over 50 years, whose name is synonymous with style, colour, image, and edge. Dame Zandra Rhodes. But first of all, let me tell you how the evening's going to work. So, we've got 16 awards being presented tonight. Each winner will be invited up to collect their award and their certificate. They'll then be taken across the stage by Tessa to have their photo taken with their sponsor. You can then return to your seats and enjoy the remainder of the evening. But please do stick around, because at the end of the evening, we'll be taking a group photo of all the winners. The only reason to leave will be if you hear the fire alarm sound. In that event, please make your way to the exits at the rear and side of the room. We don't have one planned, so hopefully that's not necessary. If you do need to go to the loo, I'm hoping you don't, because you don't want to miss anything. Please make your way back downstairs to see security, and they'll direct you through to the rear of the building. But you don't want to miss the winner of your award being announced, so bear that in mind.
Now, all of the awards have been sponsored by companies and individuals who are fantastic supporters of the college and its charity, the Learning Revolution Trust. We're all delighted to welcome them here tonight as well. As we all know, they want to celebrate the achievement as our student, as much as we all do. So, we will invite all the sponsors on stage to make sure that they can present to the winners their lovely awards.
And those who've narrowly missed out on collecting an award will still receive certificates celebrating their achievements at the end of the evening. So if you're one of tonight's runners-up, please, at the end of the night, make your way to the stage and we'll be presenting all the certificates to you to take home. And you'll also have the opportunity to take as many photos as you like. It's a fantastic evening and you want to have those memories forever. Now, I should just say we're incredibly proud of the diversity of our students, and tonight's students certainly reflect that. So I have rehearsed, but I apologise in advance if I do mispronounce anyone's name. Please feel free to take me to task later.
So just sit back, relax, enjoy, and all the very best to everyone who are nominated this evening. So really enjoy it. Oh, and don't forget, please give massive round of applause for when they come.
Please welcome to the stage Newham College Principal and Chief Executive, Paul Stephen.
Welcome to Newham College. This evening is a night of celebration to recognise and honour the achievements of our exceptional students. I extend a warm welcome to our students and their families, our speakers, our sponsors, our community and employer representatives. As a college, our mission is to help local people achieve great jobs. And our programmes are designed to open doors for our students and to help employers see the wealth of talent that exists locally. It has been a real privilege working with so many ambitious and aspirational students, and with the great support of college staff and local employers, to be able to help our students move with confidence and purpose into the next stage of their lives. It has been a great year for Newham College. Our clear focus on high-value outcomes, which we are celebrating tonight, has led to some really significant developments for the next generation of Newham College students. We're opening a skills hub with Barts NHS Trust to help local people build great careers in the NHS. We are London's only national centre of excellence for maths. We are approved as an early adopter of T-levels, which are the government's new gold standard for level 3 vocational qualifications. Next week, we launch our collaboration with the National College of High Speed Rail to create high-powered jobs in the rail industry. And working with Queen Mary University of London, we have recently been chosen from over 100 bids to create a new Institute of Technology focused on higher-level skills and careers within the transport industry. We're definitely going to need some more award categories for next year's Shining Stars. But for tonight, I'm honoured to have you join me in celebrating some exceptional student success, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Okay, thank you very much, Paul. Now, let's get down to business and start presenting some awards.
College Achievement of the Year Award, sponsored by the Newham Recorder.
Can I please invite Michael Atkins from the Newham Recorder to join us on stage?
Achievement Award nominees will have gained a high level of attainment over the year. They will have consistently achieved good grades and have worked hard to successfully complete their course. The nominees are Zoe Benwell. Ame fiore takuju il soken epse kei. Thank you. Andrei Prokopovich.
And the winner is Zoe Benwell.
Has more than excelled since she began her apprenticeship journey, starting as an individual who left school with basic GCSEs but no clear career direction. She's developed her confidence to become a strong woman who will be able to establish herself in the corporate world and has shown outstanding commitment to her course and role within the media agency, where she's been rewarded by gaining experience within a field she has a desire as well as talent to enter. Zoe has 97% attendance for training sessions, despite her 2-hour journey to the training centre. As she's grown more confident and her accomplishments have increased, she's been able to provide professional reports to her line manager, communicate with clients through either writing or verbally, as well as comprehend the responsibilities within her team. Zoe's line manager has provided positive feedback regarding her professional behaviour, quality of work and her engagement within her team, saying it's been an absolute pleasure to teach her.
Congratulations, Zoe. Right, without further ado, let's move on to our next one.
Excellence and Innovation Award, sponsored by Academy One Sports.
Can I please invite Paul Vaughan from Academy One Sport to join us on stage?
These award nominees have demonstrated excellent innovative practice in their studies, either through college work, on a personal project, or with an external organisation. And the nominees are Dina Hawthorne, George and Ying, Tihat Mahamudan Rove Udin.
And of course the winner is Dino Hawthorne.
I'm afraid Dino is unable to arrive tonight. So we're going to invite Lloyd Davis from Newham College to come and accept the award on his behalf. I should say the reason he can't come tonight is because he's doing a supported internship and he's working at Asda in Beckton, and he's doing such a fantastic piece of work that unfortunately he hasn't been able to get away this evening. So if I can invite Lloyd Davis up to the stage, please. Thank you, Lloyd.
This supported internship programme, Deno has continued to show initiative, drive and enthusiasm within his Asda placement. This has been echoed by his colleagues who've recognised his excellent work ethic, energy and commitment to his work. Deno displays great leadership skills and no challenge has been too big a hurdle for him to successfully overcome. He's an inspiration and role model for the next cohort of interns. His personal, social, academic and work commitment have evolved significantly since the beginning of the course, developing him from a independent young man. As Deno says himself, they push and never give up.
Congratulations, Dino. We'll make sure his award gets to him as soon as possible. Okay, another award, I think.
Outstanding Progress Award, sponsored by Gateway Qualifications.
Now can I please invite Carol Snake from Gateway Qualifications to join me on stage?
Okay, the nominees for this award are students who progressed well in their course and gone on to achieve outstanding grades and recognition from their tutors and fellow peers. The nominees are Mohammed Hazrat, Samra Ibrahim, and Marianne Ayonut Rashiza.
That's what we like to hear, lots of applause. And the winner is Samra Ibrahim.
Seriously and always pushing herself, responding well to being stretched and challenged. Samra has developed her abilities in all areas of the subject and has improved her grades from passes to merit and now distinctions. On her visit, the external examiner from ETEC was blown away by her work and will see how far she's developed since the previous year. She said, it's when you see work like this that you realise it's all been worth it.
She ran away in a sleep. Dreamed of power, power.
to introduce this person who I think is absolutely marvellous. He's got great personality. We've worked together on a TV show, Junk Food. Did you see that?
I did. You really put yourself
I
through it
tried
on
to eat
that
a
one.
lot of junk, but it didn't really go that well.
Your body is a temple, so you can obviously not be damaged with junk.
Oh, but this person's personality is great. He's written so much in his biography. There is wonderful stories there to be told. And I guess he's just a little bit great at quiz.
Please welcome to the stage barrister, author, and the Dark Destroyer from ITV's The Chase, Sean Wallace.
Well, it's a tremendous honor for me to actually be here, actually. I've just rushed all the way from the Old Bailey, and I do apologise for my sort of tardiness and being late, but you know what the traffic's like. Anyway, it's a tremendous honour for me to actually be here to celebrate collegiate achievement from the wonderful students and also the teaching staff who helped them achieve their own goals and ambitions for this prestigious award. And as Tess has rightly said, I'm a practicing barrister. I've been a barrister now for the past 35 years. And ever since I was a little boy, I always wanted to be a barrister. And for those who are old enough to remember programs like Crown Court, Petrocelli, I was inspired to actually try and achieve my own dreams and ambitions in order to actually qualify as a lawyer. And one thing I'm sure we all should share this thing together is in relation to the fact that on the road to success, it's a bumpy road. Sometimes you don't get to where you want to get to at the first time of asking, and sometimes you feel somewhat despair and despondent for not having achieved your goals at the first time of asking. And I was like that as a student, and I want people to realise that adversity and disappointment sometimes is part of life, and sometimes it helps you grow as an individual. But the most important thing about when you face adversity and face disappointment is not allowing it to defeat you. The one thing you should never ever allow is to believe that your future is behind you. Your future is always in front of you. And sometimes disappointment helps you to actually realign your goals, realign your efforts, and go again. And that's exactly what happened to me. And the one thing about achievement, all it simply does is bring you to the start line of a different challenge. And never ever rest on your laurels in terms of the achievements that you have in life. I feel very, very proud, fortunate and privileged to be in the position I am. And I always talk about the ladder of opportunity. And with fame comes responsibility. And myself and my very good colleague, Bobby Seagull, we share that same goal and vision and drive to help inspire the next generation of students. Because the one thing I'm conscious of is this. I'm not going to be around forever. And it's important to pass the torch of responsibility to the next generation of mastermind champions, quiz champions, mathematicians, and so on and so forth. And that will be you. And you've got to believe that you can achieve those dreams and ambitions for yourself. Because remember this, the future does belong to you. And it's important that you use education as a means of springboard to success and to achieve your own goals and ambitions. And it really is a great honour for me to actually be here to celebrate wonderful academic achievement for the students of this particular college. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sean. We really do appreciate you coming, but yes. Now, Sean, as you know, has had a gruelling day at the Old Bailey. He also has had a long journey in the heat across London. So we thought we'd let him relax by asking him some questions. So, Tessa is going to take our roving mic.
Oh, but before I go down there, I've got one.
Oh,
I want to ask
fire
you.
away.
I know, because I know you've talked about sort of, being a quiz master and everything like this, but what I want to know, and I'm sure lots of people want to know, what does it really take to become a real, quiz expert like yourself? I want to know if you walk, talk, sleep it, do 24 hours, just studying, looking at one area, focusing on that. I mean, because I know when I'm in competition, when I've been competing before, it was just television all the time. So, I really want to know, what does it take to do all of that and focus so well?
I think the key is to have an interest in something. Everybody has an interest in something, whether it's sport, geography, history. And if you have a passion and a desire for education, you want to actually expand your mind. And the one thing about your mind, it needs information to grow and to actually appreciate the world around you. And as I say, I'm approaching the 60 next year. And I'm constantly wanting to actually strive to learn, strive to actually improve my knowledge. So there's no real trick or secret to it. I think it really is having a passion and a desire to improve your knowledge and to improve your mind. And if you can do that, and if you've got the time, focus and desire, you can be just like me.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's
Right, so we
help
can
improve your mind even further. Always happy to help.
We go off yet.
So, Tessa, you're going to take the mic, I understand, and you're going to head into the audience.
I am going to rove around the audience while we select some questions.
Okay.
Ooh, you like
So,
that one?
No problem.
We have
Yes, you will.
a random pub quiz list of questions
Okay.
that are numbered 1 to 17.
Okay.
So Tessa is going to select someone to choose a
Okay.
number. She's coming towards you.
Okay, well let's start here. Hello. What's your name? Now, it's 1 to 17 that we have to select. So what number would you like to choose? Who's got the questions up there? 7. Number 7.
Number 7. Okay, so it's a tough one, I think. Galicia, Eastern and Western Galicia, is a historical region of Eastern Europe. Galicia is currently divided between which 2 countries?
I'd say Romania and Moldova.
Close, but it's Poland and the Ukraine. It's had a long day and a long journey. Right, Tessa, see if we can get lucky with this one.
Another one? Okay.
One more,
let
we'll
me
do 3,
go
just to keep him on his toes.
Here. I'm going to go here. Hello, darling. What's your name? Did you hear I call you darling, Ben? What's your name? John. Oh, okay, that's fine. Right, we've got 1 to 17 again, haven't we? Apart from number 7. What number would you like? Number 3, Andrew.
Number 3. Okay. What is the name of a group of islands, a syrup, and a tie?
Say it again, sorry.
What is the name
Have we got him here?
of a group of islands, a syrup, and a tie?
I believe in you, Sean. Come on, baby.
No, sorry.
It's a grenadine.
It was going to be.
Oh, go with your instinct. Okay, one more.
Okay, let me go to the other side. Run around here.
3 and 7 have gone.
And I'm here.
Right, Tessa's count if you're in the middle. Watch out.
How are you?
Hi,
What's your name?
Rita.
Okay, number 1 to 17. Apart from number 7 and...
3.
Number 3.
Okay, another number.
17.
17.
17 itself. Oh, this is a tough one for me. Once popular in Elizabethan gardens, the herb Tanacetum balsamita has been known under many various names, such as mint geranium or Bible leaf. Which 2 names for this plant contain the word cost?
I don't know that.
No. I don't think anyone knows this one.
Stop the clock.
What's the answer?
The answer, well, obviously, is Cost Mary and Ale Cost, which I think nobody knew.
Oh my God, I didn't even know that one. Okay, let's have one more, Andrew. One more,
One
shall
more.
we? one more. Okay, let's see who's up for this one. Hello. How you doing? Good. Number?
5.
Number 5.
Okay. In which film did John Wayne win his Academy Award for Best Actor?
He played Mr. Coburn in a 1969 film called True Grit.
There you go. Well done. Well done.
Not only did he answer it, he knew an awful lot about it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sean Wallace. Fantastic.
Thank you. Let's have another round of applause for Sean. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Sean, I'm actually going to ask you to come back on stage, but don't worry, there's no questions. We're delighted to say that Sean has kindly signed copies of his autobiography, Chasing the Dream. Oh, he's got one. He's going to go and collect one. Brilliant. And he's going to present that to the winner of the next award and the Further Education Student of the Year. And he's also going to give us one to be auctioned on behalf of the Learning Revolution Trust. So on to our next award.
Apprentice of the Year Award, sponsored by Digital Skills Solutions.
With that, can I please invite Carlos Cabello Bassi from the Digital Skills Solution to join me on stage, please. Carlos?
So this award goes to the most outstanding apprentice. The nominees have been shown commitment and demonstrated exceptional attendance and achievement. They continuously strive for improvement in their field of work, excel in representing the college, and have worked steadily to successfully complete each element of their apprenticeship. And the nominees are Tashin Sahebdi, Farhan Shaheen, and Edward Zook.
And the winner is Tahin Sahibden.
She has excellent attendance for work in college lessons. She's a model apprentice and always has a smile on her face. She's a great team player and always on hand to help fellow apprentices. Her performance has been so impressive that she's recently been offered a position within her company, Beulah, and has even featured on the Beulah newsletter. She's predicted to achieve distinction in her endpoint assessment.
Interesting and fantastic read. So if you haven't got it, please get it. You will love it, Tahi.
You're a fan, you're a big fan, and so am I now.
I'm a big fan.
Unfortunately, I don't get an autograph book, I have to buy my own. So, now, thank you very much, Victoria. We have a slight change in the evening's entertainment, and we're pleased to say that one of our earlier winners has now made it here. So, could I please invite Paul Vaughan from Academy One Sports back to join us on the stage. And as we know, Paul is sponsoring the Excellence and Innovation Award, and we had 3 nominees: Dino Hawthorne, George Nying, and Tihat Mahmoudin Rauf Udin. And I'm pleased to welcome to the stage, fresh from his shift at Beckton Astor, possibly, the one and only Dino Hawthorne.
Has continued to show initiative drive and enthusiasm within his Asda placement. This has been echoed by his colleagues who've recognised his excellent work ethic, energy and commitment to his work. Benno displayed great leadership skills and no challenge of being too big a hurdle for him to successfully overcome. He's an inspiration and role model for the next cohort of interns. His personal, social, academic and work commitment have evolved significantly since the beginning of the course, developing him from a independent young man. As Benno says himself, take ownership and never give up.
Okay, let's move on to our next award. Yes.
Yes.
Work Experience Student of the Year, sponsored by McDonald's and Newham Chamber of Commerce.
Can I please invite Lloyd Johnson to join me on stage? Come on, let's hear it.
Okay, the nominees for this award will have performed exceptionally during their placement in the workplace. They'll have been professional, just like our presenter, enthusiastic and received exceptional feedback from the employer they were placed with. The nominees are Vanessa K. Fernandez, Mashudali Moinudin, and Ben Southcott.
And the winner is Vanessa K. Fernandez.
Whilst at the care agency on her placement for 2 weeks, Vanessa created support plans, managed clients' folders, sent emails, and made phone calls to clients, as well as assisting them on a range of other tasks. After the 2 weeks work experience, the care agency offered her a job because her work was so effective, and she was also eager to learn more about the health sector. Vanessa enjoyed her work experience as it was relevant to her course and also beneficial to the clients. As a result, she's currently working there now for a 3-month placement. This has enabled Vanessa to gain further knowledge in health and social care and has also empowered her to take up a career in this sector. This means Vanessa has not only gained excellent work experience, but has also had the opportunity to progress through her training.
Okay, fantastic. Congratulations, Vanessa. Put your hair back so we don't get your mic muffling you. Apparently they can hear me, which is great, but can't hear you so much, which suits me. But I think the audience would probably prefer to hear Tessa a bit louder. Okay.
Oh, they can't hear me out there. Oh, what a shame.
There we go. We
Can you all hear me? Can you hear me now? Oh, okay.
There we go. So, okay, moving on to our next award.
Enterprise and Employability Student of the Year, sponsored by the Madison Square Garden Company.
Can I please invite Nancy Stefani, the lady from the Madison Square Garden Company, to join me on stage? Please keep your applause going.
But students nominated in this category will have demonstrated an excellent approach towards their career development. This can be through developing links with employers or involvement in entrepreneurial activities. Okay, and the nominees are Musbaudin Jayanola Akanbi Akinosho, Vanessa K. Fernandez, Alexandra Rosario.
And the winner is Alexandra Rotario.
Alexandra has demonstrated a true passion for professional cookery over the course of the year. She's worked professionally and enthusiastically on every hospitality function organised by the college, including on one occasion from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Her passion and willingness to learn has led her to start her own small enterprise, making and supplying cakes for local shops and cafes. She has been a great role model for her peers, especially her attendance and punctuality, as she's always ready well before the start of every lesson. Her success is all the more inspiring as she came to the UK in 2011 not being able to speak any English. Please welcome to the stage Newham College Chair of Governors, Martin Camella.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to start off by congratulating all the students who've been nominated for awards tonight. And I'd also like to welcome their proud parents and supporters who are with them, because I know what that feels like as a parent. It's a great feeling. I'd also like to welcome sponsors of the Learning Revolution Trust, and we'll be talking in a little while about the contribution you make to what goes on this evening and during the year. I'd also just like to take the chance to thank Andrew as well and Tessa Sanderson. I'm sure Tessa won't mind me mentioning that she actually won her gold medal in the 1984 Olympics, which is quite a long time ago. But she doesn't actually look very different at all. She looks pretty similar to what she looked then. So I don't know how she does it, but I wish she'd pass on the secret. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a great college, Newham College. And one of the main reasons that many of us, I think, are so proud to be associated with it is that it has a very strong set of values that have always underpinned its service to the community. This college is an open access college, and that means that we believe that everyone, regardless of their background or circumstances, should be able to access the best possible educational opportunities available to enable them to pursue their dreams and achieve their potential. The right to an education and opportunity for all are actually relatively recent phenomena in this country. It's easy to forget that. My own parents both left school at the age of 14, and that wasn't out of choice. It was just that at that time, that was all that was available or affordable to them, so they had to go straight into the workplace. And that left them with an absolute commitment, and people like them with an absolute commitment that their children were going to get a better opportunity than they had. And I think my generation were probably the first who didn't have to come from a privileged background to be able to access free further and higher education, and also had the financial support that went with it in terms of student grants and so on. In recent years, however, maintaining the open access principle has become much more of a challenge, as austerity policies have inflicted a heavy toll on further education colleges and their ability to provide the range of provision required by the changing needs of their communities and employers. And in addition, there have been cutbacks in financial support to students, which have resulted in greater barriers to participation in learning for many people. The Learning Revolution Trust was created to try and address some of these issues. It does this by providing bursaries and hardship grants to learners facing the greatest personal and financial challenges. And we're talking about young people leaving the care system, young people facing homelessness, young people caring for sick parents or for younger siblings, lone parents balancing childcare with part-time work with study, and so on and so forth. Our Work Ready programme provides small grants to students who are trying to bridge the gap between learning and the workplace. So we provide top-up grants for Oyster cards, we provide grants to provide clothing to go to interviews or to start a work in an office or another workplace, and so on. And to date, over 650 people have been supported through the Trust, and you'll hear some of their stories shortly. Now, recently I was reading about Malala Yousafzai, who many of you will have heard of. Malala was the girl who was actually attacked and shot by the Pakistani Taliban for asserting the right of her and her schoolmates to attend school. And she subsequently, the attack failed, and she subsequently became an international campaigner for education rights and received the Nobel Peace Prize. Now, we don't face as extreme circumstances as that, but I found one of the quotes from Malala particularly relevant to us. Malala said, "All I want is an education and I'm afraid of no one. All I want is an education and I'm afraid of no one." And I think what she's saying there is that education can actually conquer fear. These days, a lot of young people leaving school or looking to make their future, and thinking about what employment they should try and go into and so on, for them, the world can be quite a scary place. They face the prospect of piling up serious debt through tuition fees to go on a further or higher education course. They have an unsettling economic environment which we're all having to live with right now. They have to think about how are they going to study and support themselves at the same time, and how to acquire the skills they'll need to compete in a jobs market in which the majority of jobs are demanding much higher skills than they did in the past, but also a job market characterised by high levels of part-time work, casual work, 0 hours contracts and so on, which don't pay the rent. The young people that the Trust helps face even greater challenges than this. Now my message, I think, and Malala's message was, I think, that education can conquer fear because education is empowering. It provides you with more choice in shaping your future. It helps you to understand who you are and what you're capable of, and provides you with the tools to achieve it. It also helps you to understand the world in which you live and your place within it, and how you can work with other people to make the world a better place for us all to live in. So ladies and gentlemen, with your support, the Trust can remove barriers and fears and create opportunities and nurture ambition. And we're now going to show you a short film in which some of the learners that you have helped provide their own stories as to what your support has actually meant to them. Thank you.
Because I was an asylum seeker, so I wasn't qualified for a bursary, I would say. So I think the bursary team, they told me about LRT. I applied, they granted me the fund, so that helped me with my kids for level 1. And I did the same for level 2, because I also struggle with childcare. I love the cars, I've learned so much about makeup and everything, stuff I didn't know about. So they've really helped me.
He's a very enthusiastic learner, kind of like the life and soul of the classroom.
This is the only tailoring college course in the whole of the country. There's a university college course somewhere that just wouldn't be quite right for what I need. I had to travel quite a long way from Brighton to London twice a week.
If it wasn't for the fund, he would be spending a huge amount just trying to get that early train to get down to London to make it on time for his lesson. I'm really grateful that the fund was there to support Peter.
Because before the LRT, I was halfway through the course, struggling financially, and really didn't know if I was going to be able to keep up with my education or not. I had a bit of funding and they helped me out big time.
I applied because it helped me with the money to pay food, buy food and buy clothes, other things I need like train, travel, the stuff. And it gives you more opportunity. The future I want to be a nurse, so for that I need to have my English GCSE first.
There was a time I couldn't come to college because I didn't have enough money to get what I needed for my education. So I had to ask someone if there was any help in college, and they told me about the LRT bursary, and then I applied for it. So I think getting the fund was a bit easier for me because I had money to do all the stuff now. So now that's the plan. Go do apprenticeship and maybe go uni. Don't be afraid to ask, just go to someone, speak to someone and see what they can help you with.
So I would say that I didn't really come from a privileged background. I needed funding for work clothes and travel expenses and things. I had entered the form around Christmas time and I received the confirmation that I received the funding around January, so it wasn't that long of a period of time considering it was Christmas as well and the break. So the funding has helped me to ignore the financial side of it and just focus on my studies and excel. I think it's a hard thing to go through, to admit that you need funding, but I think once you get it and you have somebody there to support you and help you to get through it, I would definitely 100% recommend it to other people, other students.
I was struggling a lot, paying bills, my rent. I talked to my teacher. She explained me that there's this thing going on and you could apply, which was the LRT. And this was actually to pay my rent and to also help me with equipment in my class, actually, like notebooks, pencils, this kind of stuff. No matter how struggling you are right now, I think there's always a way, and which is very good. The college are helping people like this.
I'm constantly overwhelmed by the determination of a lot of our students to study despite what often seem to be overwhelming odds. So you can make an absolutely life-changing difference to somebody at the time when they most need it. The aim is to help more and more people. We can only help people through the generous support of our sponsors. We'd like a lot more sponsors. We'd like to help a lot more people. So far we've helped about 650, but literally there are thousands out there who could benefit from it. And it's just small amounts of support that make that difference. So we top up somebody's Oyster card, we provide them with the clothes they need to go and start working in an office or go to an interview. It's those just limited amounts of support, well targeted, that make a huge difference to people.
It is a unique institution, and it gives our students additional support to help them on their journeys. We're profoundly grateful to the support of our employers. The feedback that I get is that employers support us through the LRT every year for two main reasons. I think firstly, because it is the right thing to do. It's extraordinarily rewarding to support individuals on their journeys to great careers. But increasingly, I think there's an element of self-interest, which is that as the war for talent increases, these employers have the real opportunity to talent spot and to make sure that they are able to benefit from the great students who leave Newham College.
You really can't put a limit on what's possible. You know, it's people often talk about aspiration, but the people we help have enormous aspirations by and large, and they just need that little leg up to achieve it. You know.
Without this, I think I'll still be struggling. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I'd like to say a big thank you to them. They made my study very easy. I am happy today to, say all this. They make life very easy for me.
It was very, very helpful. You guys have no idea how much it helped me.
Well done, Martin. The Learning Revolution Trust, what a wonderful charity. And I've got to tell you that having something like that, and of all ages, to be open and given the opportunity to someone, sometimes you just never get it. It's so fantastic.
Absolutely. I'll just echo what Martin says, that we're incredibly grateful to the sponsors, those that come back year after year, and those new sponsors who've come in this year, and sponsors hopefully in the future, because films like that and Martin's speech show you exactly where your money goes and how many people it helps. So thank you very much.
And there's more to it, because I can also tell you that I can announce that this year's award has enabled the Learning Revolution Trust to raise, here it goes, £57,419.
So once again, a huge thank you to all the sponsors who helped us achieve this incredible amount, which is also the highest figure ever raised at Shining Stars. And now, if Martin could kindly remain on stage, it's time for our next awards.
Yes, it is indeed. Martin, you're staying here with us.
The Learning Revolution Trust Student of the Year Award, sponsored by Martin Cumella.
Can I now please invite Parin Baum from the Learning Revolution Trust to join me on stage.
So with support from the Learning Revolution Trust, the nominees for this award have shown the highest quality of work, commitment and attendance during their studies. The nominees are Jeffrey Darkwa, Taibat Davies and Kathleen Rima.
And the winner is Jeffrey Darkwa.
Has made excellent progress academically during his time at the college. He achieved a Level 2 in Free Access last year and completed Level 2 functional skills in Maths and English. He is achieving distinctions right across the range of subjects and is totally committed to the course. He is motivated and determined to fulfill his goals. He has proven that he's the ability to follow instructions, always showing an excellent level of dedication, enthusiasm and commitment. His attendance and punctuality record is excellent, and he always meets the required deadlines for the programme. Jeffrey enjoys participating in classroom discussions and often demonstrates the ability to reason and work through problems posed. He is attentive in class, and his contribution to class discussions are always useful. Jeffrey is the course representative for the group for which he has taken full responsibility. He is dedicated to his peers and always ready to help anyone in need. This is despite the challenging demands of his personal situation, which require him to work long, unsociable hours so he can provide for his family. Jeffrey has successfully secured a degree programme for adult nursing at King's.
Congratulations, Jeffrey. And let's move on to another award.
Work Ready Student of the Year, sponsored by Marco Media.
Can I now invite Serena Bambra from Marco Media to join me on stage?
Okay, the nominees for this award are making the journey from education or benefits to employment or self-employment. They're innovative, determined and prepared to embrace change when required. They also have an excellent ability to learn and implement new business skills, enabling them to widen access to new market opportunities. And the nominees are Ian Devonish, Alistair Hideg and Katrina King.
And the winner is Alistair Hideg.
Alistair has displayed exemplary entrepreneurial skills and has overcome a number of challenges, including homelessness. He successfully implemented the training from the Steps to Entrepreneurship course and has become a qualified bookkeeper. During the course, he was extremely motivated and encouraged and helped fellow class members. He has applied the learnings from the course to set up a WhatsApp group for the class and regularly used it to support classmates. During the course, he presented his business idea to the group, which was both creative and innovative. He is now in a position to pursue his business and has started to advertise for clients. Alistair is a true leader, team player and entrepreneur.
Congratulations, Alistair. I'd just like to say thank you to Marco Media, who designed all these wonderful graphics, the programme and everything that you've seen tonight. So thank you very much, and they've done that for free, DLRT. Okay, let's move on.
Outstanding Contribution to College Life Award, sponsored by Teresa Joanne.
Homegrown alligator, see you later. Gotta hit the road.
Can I please invite Michael Manusa from Teresa Joanne to join me on stage?
These nominees have identified a new idea to help support their course group or the college as a whole. They may have helped classmates by providing peer support and enrichment as student ambassadors, or come up with other initiatives to help fellow students and the college. The nominees are Daniela Bargan, Michelle Undler, Alfie Payton, Louise Togo.
And the winner is Daniela Bargan.
Excellent student who brings energy, enthusiasm, great knowledge and support to everyone. She is humble, devoted and a very supportive peer, not just to her classmates, but to lower level students too. Daniela volunteered to mentor entry 2 students with limited literacy skills and the results were amazing. They all achieved a secure pass in their reading assessment. She also has been a driving force in raising money for Great Ormond Street Hospital, inspiring and motivating other students through activities that secured an amazing £600. Daniela also won the first prize award in the creative writing competition organised by the college's library. She delivered a successful speech in front of sponsors of London Youth, securing an amazing fund for the Alex Zell educational charity that aims to improve the quality of life for children, young people and their families through educational activities. Please welcome to the stage one of the UK's most successful fashion designers and influencers, Dame Sandra Rhodes.
I'm so
be back here again another year and see all these people who are going on to wonderful careers. I'm just going to give you a speech about sort of myself, just sort of, because I feel it applies very much to you that are starting off too. I'm a graduate of Medway College of Art, now part of the UCA. And it feels like only yesterday that I waited to receive nervously to get my certificate, full of hope and expectancy. And I'm preparing for the next phase of my life. Everybody here tonight is aware of how challenging and demanding your college work has been. But let me assure you that late nights, strict deadlines and challenging projects are the best preparation that you could have for your career. My own experiences have taught me that hard work equips you with an invaluable toolkit that you can draw on every day of your working lives. All receiving awards, everyone receiving awards has had to work very hard. My background is printed textiles, first of all at the Medway College of Art and then the Royal College of Art. Then when I left college in 1963, I couldn't find anyone in the textile companies to be even interested in my work. They just laughed and said, "This won't sell." And so I went directly to designers in Carnaby Street, Fole and Tuffin, who had a shop in Carnaby Street, and they commissioned me, and that's how I really started to set up my own little print table and print their fabrics. It was my chance, as I had no one else to do it, I had to learn how to do bulk fabric, and painted my own code and traces and got my screens made and oversaw the production and checked the fabric, and it was a fabulous hard-working experience. For any of you that come to the Fashion and Textile Museum that is part of Newham College of Further Education, do ask to come and see my textile workrooms, because we still print there on a 9-metre table. And I taught 2 days a week to make the money to live in order to be able to do my designs. And I have to also say how much I admire teachers, because I actually hated teaching. And used to drag myself either up to Birmingham or wherever I was teaching for the day. And once I fell asleep on the train and they tied my feet to the chair, and I only just made it off in time. Then all went well for 2 or 3 years, and then Fole and Tuffin decided that I was thinking in a different direction and my designs were getting too extreme. And then I met Sylvia Ayton, another designer, and we set up Sylvia Ayton and Sandra Rhodes and got small orders, and met Vanessa Redgrave, who gave us a little money to open the Fuller Road clothes shop that stayed open for a year. And then people came to me and said, "What are you going to do now that you've failed in life?" And I said, "Well, I'm not giving up." So it made lots of publicity, and Sylvia got another job, and I then shut myself in my studio and put a collection together which I took to America, and it was photographed on Natalie Wood in America, and David Bailey photographed it in the UK, and that was the very start of my career. I think also I would say that for any of you that are going into a career, just make the most of each bit of PR you get, save every bit of it, and use that to do your self-promotion, because it's the self-promotion that you often have to rely on to get your next job. If I could offer a piece of advice, it's to never give up. Trust your talent and follow all leads that come along. I've had the pleasure of working with some of the greatest designers and artists, and they all share that common value. And don't let anyone derail you. Remain passionate and focused and confident, and you'll reach your goal regardless of obstacles. So success is waiting there for all of you, and life offers you these fruits, and it's just like Alice in Wonderland. You've got to go up and reach for them and take them down. But of course, remember, once you've swallowed them, you can't regurgitate them. Congratulations, and I'm thrilled to be a part of all your celebrations. And you've certainly earned everything that you get. Thank you.
And you can't imagine how grateful we are.
We've got to stay here a little bit longer.
Your support of the college and your fantastic work with the college's Fashion Textile Museum has been amazing. It really has, and we're so grateful for it. It's made our college stand head and shoulders above others. Absolutely. Yes, we want you all to come and see it. And don't forget, if you are a Newham College student, you get in for free. Yes.
Staff of the Year Award, sponsored by Asper's Casino, Westfield, Stratford City.
Can I please invite Stephen Bailey from Asper's Casino, Westfield, Stratford City? Join me on stage.
This award has been voted for by the students themselves, and it recognises an individual member of staff who deserves special acknowledgement for the work they do, inspiring students by going above and beyond. The college's enrichment team received hundreds of submissions from students this year, with over 100 members of staff being nominated. There were many strong submissions highlighting the importance of the excellent work of our academic and business support staff. And to reflect the sheer volume of nominations we've had, the shortlist isn't really very short, so the final nominees are Bindia Faisal, Diana Yearwood, Gracia Maxime, Sophie Pham, and Belinda Creary.
And the winner is Bindia Faisal.
Member of staff. She's had a substantial number of nominations and feedback from Bindia students included. She's a role model to me and amazing at what she does. Her way of teaching is so good, she is clear about everything in a way that's easy to learn and remember for a long time. She's always helping and supporting. She's a very professional, magic teacher.
On top of the world, right where I wanna be. So how can this dark cloud be raining over me? But hearts break and hell's a place that everyone knows.
On to our next award.
Representing Newham College with distinction.
Please welcome to the stage Newham College Deputy Principal Janet Garden.
Representing Newham College with Distinction Award recognises individuals or groups representing the college positively, embodying the spirits and values of Newham College, as well as excelling in their studies.
And the 2019 representing Newham College with distinction goes to... Goes to... Here she comes. We knew she was there. Guess what? Newham College cricket team.
Newham College's cricket team has entered the Association of Colleges Outdoor Cricket and Two-Cup Tournament in positive spirit following a successful training period with academy coach Zahir. This season, Newham College have gone unbeaten to win the London East Regional League and will go on to represent the region in a London versus Midland playoff to determine who will progress to the Outdoor National Finals in Nottingham. As well as competing in the AOC Outdoor Cricket League, the team are still in 2 cup matches, where they've reached the semi-finals. The cricket team is a credit to Newham College. With hard work and determination, they've gone above and beyond this year, and are hopeful that this year can end on a high by going to the national finals.
I get the feeling this photo might take some time, so while we're waiting, I'll read out some of the names. We have Nazrullah Ahmed, Mohammed Haroon, Wajid Jaji, Faisal Mia, Amar Mahmoudi, Nazia Khan, Yisin Arafat, Obaidullah Uranga, Atisam Saeed, Mirza Sharia Bai, Atikula Amaze, Fatsa Zadran, Utama Khan, and Usama Aliakhtar.
Please welcome to the stage television presenter, star of University Challenge, and governor of Newham College, Bobby Seagull. Please welcome.
So I wanted to share with you a bit about my story, my life, and some sort of words of positive encouragement. So firstly, I just want to say, so whenever if you imagine a swan sort of floating gracefully across a lake, and you see that, you think, wow, it looks stunning, and it does. But actually behind that, underneath the lake, a swan is flapping its feet furiously. And once upon a time, that swan would have been an ugly duckling and had to be raised by parents and friends, etc. So again, success, when you look at it, you think, there are people that are successful. Yes, they're successful. But the key thing for you to ask is, how have they got there? What work have they done towards it? So my name is Bobby Seagull, and I'm from East Ham in the London Borough of Newham. So I'm a very proud East Ham resident. So my parents originally came to Britain from Kerala in South India in the late 70s, early 80s. And I've always lived in East Ham. And I grew up in a council estate called Blaney Crescent. And my family, about 20 years ago, they moved towards the station just to make life a bit easier. And I went to a school called St. Bonaventure's, very good school. And at that time I thought, I want to be a footballer. Then I came against someone called Jermaine Defoe. And I realized, actually, I'm not going to make it as a footballer. So I sort of gave that aspiration up. For my A-levels, I was really lucky, through hard work and success of my teachers, to get a scholarship to Eton. And again, it was a really surreal experience going from East London to Eton. I remember one of my sort of amusing experiences there was Prince Harry was the year below me, and definitely not my friend, an acquaintance, because I didn't get a wedding invite. It was a wedding invite. But I remember one occasion playing football against him, and I remember trying to nutmeg him, but unfortunately the ball went up, hit him somewhere else, in the crown jewels, and I was so pleased when Meghan and little Archie came out safely, because I was concerned I might have caused an issue for the royal lineage, but nothing there. So after Eton, I went to do maths at Oxford and then maths and economics at Royal Holloway. So initially, back then in sort of the mid-2000s, people that were sort of mathematically minded, the sort of thought was, I want to go to the city, the banks will earn lots of money. So I started actually working as a trader at a bank which you may have heard of called Lehman Brothers. It wasn't a great choice of bank because about a year and a half later they collapsed. There you go, bad choices. Then I went to a bank called Nomura, a Japanese bank, did the same thing, trading. And then after that I went to a place called PwC and qualified as a chartered accountant. And my dad was very proud. My dad's a chartered accountant, and I'm saying, Bobby, now you've achieved in life. So I've always got that qualification. But actually, it was at PwC that I really sort of realised what my vocation in life was. Because there, I took a mini sabbatical and I taught new graduates joining the firm. So these are 21, 22-year-olds. And it was there I realised actually my calling in life, obviously making money is cool, but actually what's more important is, can you make an impact on other people and other people's lives? And that's why you leave your legacy. So I went and did my teacher training course at Cambridge, did my master's, and did my doctorate there. So now currently I'm part-time Mr. Seagull, a school teacher in Little Ilford, not too far from here, and also doing my doctorate at Cambridge. But actually, again, I've always been a sort of positive, energetic person. But in the last couple of years, my life's changed in a good way. I was on a quiz show called University Challenge. Anyone ever watch University Challenge? Yeah. I didn't win it. I actually lost to my friend called Eric Monkman from Wolfson, Cambridge. But the BBC said, Bobby, you're really enthusiastic, you smile a lot. Actually, as a teacher, sometimes I've got to pretend not to smile. I've got this method acting. I sort of imagine like sad moments in my life and then I get angry, it sometimes works. But the BBC, they've given me a chance to do a couple of TV series. Actually today I'm a bit late because I'll come back from filming there. And I'm going to write books about maths and why all of us should think more positively about the subject. So again, my life, again, when you look at it, people look at it and go, Bobby, Mr. Seagull, you're a swan, you seem really successful. But actually, there's more to success than just an individual. And I want to share a story that a lady called Angela Duckworth came up with. So Angela Duckworth is a professor of psychology at Pennsylvania in America. And she wanted to understand what made people successful. She looked at 3 different groups of people, totally 3 different groups of people. So one was young kids who were 11 or 12 doing spelling bee competitions. You know, like spelling difficult words like onomatopoeia. So these kids in America, 11 and 12. Then she went to military trainee cadets, so people that were 21, 22 and signing up for the American Army. And then she went to said, oh, let's look at trainee teachers in tough areas. So 3 completely different things. Young kids who are 11, sort of doing spelling bees, people who are training for their military academy, and young trainee teachers. And she said, oh, are they all united, the successful ones, by IQ or talent or great families? And what she actually found out was it was none of those actually, and whilst they're all important, it was something called grit. And what she defined grit was as passion and perseverance for your goals over the long term. And this is what all of you here have demonstrated, because we know in life you've got a plan A, and sort of smoothly sailing, but occasionally life can throw you down, can knock you off your horse. But the key thing is the people that are successful are the ones like Sean talked about, Vidane talked about being able to be resilient and come back from that. And that's the most important thing, because in life, it's easy when things are successful. When things are not successful, it sort of measures your character. Can you come back from that? So that's the key message I want to say. Like, I'm so proud to be an East Ham resident and see such an amazing work going on here. And I sort of look forward to getting to know more of you as my time as a governor. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we know you've had a tough day. And what do we do with our visitors who kindly come and had a really tough day?
God, Sean's questions are impossible. I didn't even understand the questions.
He has easy ones. Yes, you're right, Bobby. We got a pub quiz. Tessa?
Yeah, okay.
Come on, he's got Sean rooting for him. Okay, Tessa is off with the mic.
How did you get?
Okay, the numbers you can't choose are 3, 5, 7 and 17.
Interesting, all those numbers are odd numbers. I'm a maths teacher, I was looking for mathematical properties.
No bonus question.
Are we ready up there? Are we ready up there?
We are.
Okay, right.
Hello. You're so softly spoken. What's your name?
Get that up there. What number are you going to select? What number have we got again, Andrew?
Anything but 3, 5, 7 and 17.
Oh, number 1.
Okay.
Number again.
It is. Might be a lucky night. So, Bobby, what is the most populated city in the USA named after a general?
Most popular city.
Most populated city in the USA named after a general.
I'm trying to think logically again. On University Challenge, you've got like team discussions. I'm only quite good at leading discussions. Sadly, I don't discuss it with myself. So California is very populated. Santa Ana, Los Angeles. It's not named after a general. Washington. Oh God, this is not getting anywhere. I can't I'll just go for Los Angeles.
Sean, any ideas?
Named after a general. Is it somewhere in California?
I must say that Victoria, our event manager, put together this pub quiz. It's the most fiendish thing I've ever seen. Okay, the answer is Houston.
Houston.
After General Sam Houston.
Surprising.
I'm going to go right the other side here, because we have got another one.
Really tough question, Sean, yeah?
What's your name?
We're a seat of education here.
Yeah,
We want to test you.
Andrew?
Yes.
What number have we got to select from?
Right, anything between 1 and 17 apart from 1, 3, 5, 7 and 17. So there's a lot between 7 and 17.
So what number?
12.
Number 5? Number 12.
Number 12,
First
okay.
even number today.
The Second World War is a 6-volume history written by Winston Churchill. What was the first of the 6 volumes called?
So he wrote, what, 6 parts? I know he won actually, Winston Churchill won the Nobel Prize for Literature for the history of the English-speaking peoples. But what's the question, actually?
The Second World War, good answer, but different question.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
The Second World War is a 6-volume history written by Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
What was the first of the 6 volumes called?
Things that the only book I know by him is the history of the English-speaking people, so I'm gonna have to go for that.
The first of the 6 volumes was called... Any idea, Sean? No. Wow, Victoria. Say that again. It was called The Gathering Storm.
Oh my god. Even Jeremy Paxman would be struggling reading these. These are tough.
Okay, come on, Tessa. Let's go. One more.
I'd have to resign as governor if I get the more wrong.
One more. I'm here. One more?
One more.
Hello.
We'll have 2. Right, let's
What's
have
your
2.
name? Okay, what number are you going to select? Number 8.
Number 8. What name was given to a female broadcaster of Japanese propaganda during World War II?
So a Japanese broadcaster, a female one in World War II. Maybe I'll nominate Wallace here for this one.
Tokyo Road.
Yes! Well done, Sean Wallace. Oh. Blimey.
Surely there's an easier one there.
Okay, I've got one for you here, Bobby.
Last one.
Right, last question of the night. What famous TV quiz star shares his nickname with a well-known British champion boxer?
So what well-known quiz star shares his nickname with a boxer, with a...
Famous British boxer.
So I'm trying to think of any... Oh! So do you want the names of the Dark Destroyer? Is that Lennox? No. From Bruno? Oh, okay, it's local legend, new legend, Nigel Benn.
Well done, Bobby. Well done. Like I say, he's had a grueling day. This is a ridiculously hard pub quiz. Okay, Bobby, can I ask you to stay on stage for a moment and help present our next award?
But you do know the answers to any of them.
The Governor's Award, sponsored by the Newham College Governors.
Please welcome to the stage Newham College Governor and Chair of the Students' Consultative Committee, Andrew Edwards. Do keep your applause going, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, the individuals or groups of students nominated for this award are those who've achieved the most over the last year and who've demonstrated outstanding commitment. The criteria are not based not just on academic achievement or results, but also the nominees' starting point and the barriers they may have overcome. The nominees are Gabriella Barker, Sherelle Dunstan, and Monique Smith.
Monique Smith.
Monique is very proactive and always makes sure she gets to class half an hour early and with a big smile. She's been doing well in her online exams and her practical tasks performance has been outstanding. Through commitment, lots of self-study, joining in study groups, staying focused and taking on-board feedback, Monique has won the hearts of her teachers and blended in well with her peers. She's also been mentoring weaker students and supporting her teachers where she can. Monique has her path already plotted out. She's decided she wants to get industry experience through the apprenticeship route with all of its opportunities.
Thank you very much, and congratulations. I'd now like to invite Andrew over for a few words. Just a few words, thank you. Thank you very much, and Bobby Seagull.
Ladies and gentlemen, last week Anne Hegarty chased me for £62,000 because I was a contestant on the chase. Believe me, you don't have to do drugs. You just have to do live television because it is really, really, really adrenaline producing. My job here is just as simply to move a small token of our thanks to Sean and to Bobby for their words. Because it is, if I may just quote one former Prime Minister, you'll know who he is when he says it is education, education, education. Thank you.
Okay, and moving on to our next
Group of the Year Award, sponsored by TS&B Contractors Limited.
Please welcome to the stage Tiago Sardini, Tiago Sereni, do forgive me, from TS&B Contractors Limited.
Our groups nominated for this award will have worked together and shown good progress and achievement over the year. A group of positive role models for others. And the nominees are ESOL E Level 1, Level 2 Evening Certificate in Health and Social Care, and the Teaching Assistant Early Years Educator Children and Young People's Workforce.
And the winner is Teacher Assistant Early Years Educator Children and Young People's Workforce.
Of men and women, grades from ages 16 to 24 years old, and work in a number of childcare environments, from schools to nurseries. They're studying a range of courses, including teaching assistants, early years educators, and childcare assistants. Currently, they attend college every Friday and have quickly bonded together to offer support, encouragement, and friendship to one another. Moreover, they welcome new apprentices into the class, making them part of the team, and will often work cohesively in small groups to complete classroom activities and presentations so that they can individually achieve the criteria for their own apprenticeship qualifications. We predict great futures for this hardworking and professional group.
And as we can see again, our photographer is working hard to get everyone in the shot. So to tell you, the group consists of Sumaya Bahai, Mohammed Kassi, Saab Kaur, Zunaira Khan, Lauren Murdoch, Claire Nastasi, Mariam Obari, Anika Rahman, and Umar Ashifa. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Congratulations, everyone. So, another award, I think.
Equality and Diversity Award, sponsored by London Borough of Newham and supported by Stonewall.
Can I now please invite Councillor Zulfikar Ali from London Borough of Newham. Please join me, Councillor.
And the nominees for this award will have promoted equality and diversity in the classroom and across college life, and they're seen by their peers as positive role models. Their attendance and punctuality must, of course, also be excellent. The nominees are Taslima Khanom, Tamara Siddiqa, and Rochelle Kento Sokeng.
And the winner is Tamara Siddiqa.
Responsible and friendly student, Tamana has been an inspiration to her fellow students and has offered support for them on many occasions, including helping hearing-impaired class colleagues by summing them into lessons when the communicator wasn't present. Tamana has also helped one of her colleagues with a disability to complete his task by holding his paper and physically supporting him to draw.
Congratulations, Tamana. And I can tell you, she was very nervous about coming on stage tonight, so absolutely brilliant. Well done, fantastic, and thank you.
Higher Education Student of the Year Award, sponsored by Capita IT and Networks.
Can I please invite Nick from Capita IT and Networks to join me on stage? Nick, where are you?
And this award presenter, or someone who's been significantly successful in their achievements and accomplishments despite personal adversity. And the nominees are Wanda Emanuel, Malgorzata Lezinska, Saima Rafiq,
And the winner is Saima Rafiq.
Saima is a bright, motivated, ambitious student who is heading towards a first in child and adolescent psychology. She has constantly been the best student in her cohort, even in spite of challenging personal circumstances. She is dedicated to applying research to improving children's lives and has a strong work ethic and a strong sense of justice. Saima is also the current student governor and student representative within the higher education faculty of Newham College. She works hard to reflect the views of the students she represents and is an excellent advocate. She is calm and approachable and the voice keeping everyone informed at all levels, enhancing the learning experience for her peers. Saima promotes and actively engages in initiatives and projects and has recently worked to develop the world page on Evolve, helping to shape and improve the academic experience for students.
Congratulations. And now, you've done 15 awards, you've listened to some fantastic speakers, you've had some marvellous quizzes as well. I'd like to introduce you now to our final award of the evening, the highest accolade of all our students. So please welcome our final award.
Further Education Student of the Year, sponsored by the University of East London.
For our final award, can I please invite Professor Verity Brown from the University of East London? Please join me on the stage.
So this award goes to Newham College's most outstanding further education students who have shown above all others that they have commitment to their education and strive to achieve the best they can. They would have worked hard to succeed on their course and will be progressing into higher education or starting their career. And the nominees are Esleva Hila, Martin Muhamuza, Alberto Alejandro Lasso Jumbo.
And the winner is Martin Muhamuza.
Mastered the language and has flourished in the college to such an extent he now regularly helps other students and encourages them to take responsibility for their own learning. Martin also takes responsibility for his own learning and is respected by everyone. He responds well to instructions and has had a positive and progressive attitude towards learning. He takes challenges on board and also participates very well during class discussions and workshops.
Now we know Martin was here earlier, so he may be somewhere else in the building, but he's not here at the moment. Well, I think, I'd like to invite back Janet Gardner, our Deputy Principal, to come and accept the award for Martin on his behalf. So please welcome to the stage Janet Gardner once again.
Please welcome back to the stage, Paul Stephen.
What a fantastic evening. For all our winners and for all the students nominated for awards tonight, I have just one final thing to say to you. You are amazing, and I know that you'll go on to achieve great things in your lives and in your community. And to the wider audience, thank you all for coming, sharing in this celebration of outstanding student achievement, and for your enduring support. It means so much to the college and the students we serve, to have you here tonight. Thanks very much. It's been a really hot evening. Thank you.
Can I please invite all our winners to come up to the stage? Congratulations. And if you want to take photos of your winners in the group, please do come up. Don't be shy. We want you all up here.